I've been involved with many expeditions out to the Titanic, and what I feel really fortunate about being on this expedition is that this expedition is not just looking at making a documentary, but it's looking at trying to solve some questions.
We haven't been able to find it, but who knows, they might get lucky today and find that one little critical piece of evidence that will change the whole story of Titanic.
De abril, 2h05 da manhã. Só restam 2 barcos salva-vidas. 1.500 pessoas continuam a bordo, entre elas, Alma Paulson e seus filhos. Como muitos passageiros da terceira classe, ao chegarem ao convés, já não havia lugar nos barcos.
By the time most of the lifeboats had been lowered, it was too late for the passengers from third class to reach them because they were so far down in the ship.
Wallace Hartley e os músicos provavelmente continuavam tocando. Ninguém sabe quando pararam. Mas a coragem deles veio a simbolizar o heroísmo da tripulação do Titanic. Às 2h10 da manhã, a salvação está a caminho. A 80 quilômetros, o navio Carpathia, da Cunard, ouviu os pedidos de socorro e se apressa em direção ao local. Mas demorará 2 horas para chegar. Às 2h15 da manhã. Segundo algumas testemunhas, inclusive Edith Brown, a popa do Titanic se ergueu. E um estrondo terrível começou.
Booming noises, thunderous noises, the smashing of glass, huge amounts of foam and spume coming up. All these screams and cries and so on. She and her mother turned their heads away. They couldn't handle it. It was just too much to endure.
Neste momento final, uma controvérsia nasceu. Para alguns, a popa se ergueu abruptamente e o Titanic se partiu. Outros negam esse fato. Durante 73 anos, essa hipótese não foi confirmada, e até hoje os detalhes são nebulosos. Seja como for, às 2h20 da manhã, a popa do Titanic deslizou para dentro do mar. 1.500 pessoas caíram na água.
The very few survivors that were actually pulled from the water just minutes after they had gone into the water remember it being like 1,000 knives being stuck into them.
Apesar dos gritos de socorro, quase nenhum dos barcos que ainda tinham espaço vazio voltaram para socorrer os que estavam na água. Quando os gritos cessaram, às mais de 700 pessoas nos barcos, só restaram o frio e o silêncio. Sexto dia, 15 de agosto de 2005. A bordo do Keldysh, os navegadores acompanham os Mir no último mergulho rumo ao Titanic. Para a equipe do The History Channel, o suspense continua.
Right now there's nothing we can do. They're down there, they're looking around. We've given them as much information as we can give them. All we can do now is wait and hope that when they come back, they've got what we need.
7 meters.
Mir 1, terceiro mergulho.
Okay, we're 3 feet off the bottom.
Right over here we got something.
You see object?
Oh yeah, I see something now.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, look at that, huh?
Is that part of the bilge keel?
I don't know, John. I can't see out my port yet.
Se for uma quilha inferior, eles encontraram parte do fundo.
I think that is it. Yes, yes, yes.
We're looking at the bottom
This is
of the
it.
ship.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unbelievable.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. That's double hull. That's double hull.
Oh man, look at this. Wow.
We want to document this thing as well as we can.
É uma quilha inferior e a tinta vermelha ainda está visível. Eles estão diante de uma parte do fundo do Titanic. Mas qual é a sua extensão?
Is this a cross section with 2 bilge keels?
What are you saying? We're looking at the entire bottom?
Yeah.
The only way you can prove that right now is if we have him turn around and go back over the other side. Okay, yeah, so let's follow it around.
Let's follow it around.
Se derem toda a volta e encontrarem a quilha inferior do outro lado, então se trata de um corte transversal cobrindo toda a largura do casco do Titanic, de uma quilha a outra.
Here's the keel. Oh my God, John, that's the keel.
Yeah.
This is the keel of Titanic. That's the center of the wreck. Oh yeah. Look at that. There it is.
A quilha central, a coluna estrutural do navio. Eles prosseguem.
Oh wow, John, maybe you are right.
This is a cross section.
Wait, it's coming into focus. And wait. And there's the other bilge keel.
We've got all the double hull in there.
Oh my gosh. This is the entire bottom of the ship. The entire bottom from port to starboard.
Yes.
É uma incrível descoberta. Um imenso segmento intacto do fundo do Titanic.
Cloth below us.
Rich relata o achado para o Keldysh.
We've confirmed the presence of a bilge keel on both ends. This is an entire section of the bottom of Titanic.
I was going to come find you. They have found what appears to be a complete section of the inner bottom, upside down, with the paint still on it.
Show me where they found it.
Right.
Como se não bastasse, Mir 2, terceiro mergulho. Na hora seguinte, o Mir 2 encontrou um segundo pedaço intacto do fundo duplo a centenas de metros do primeiro.
It really is amazing. First thing we hit is something Genya hasn't seen before.
Spectacular.
No último mergulho, eles encontraram o que procuravam. 2 segmentos do fundo do Titanic. Agora, o verdadeiro trabalho pode começar.
You're looking at the turn of the hull. This is the bottom.
Meses de análise em terra firme. A pergunta é: o que esses indícios irão revelar? Os 8 dias da expedição do The History Channel ao Titanic terminaram. A segunda fase começa agora. Tentar desvendar os segredos ocultos no aço. Durante os próximos 4 meses, a equipe vai se dividir. Novos membros serão chamados. Trabalhando individualmente, comunicando-se por telefone e e-mail, todos tentam analisar as porções do fundo do casco.
That is totally awe-inspiring. That is the most significant piece of Titanic footage I've ever seen in my life.
Em outubro, surge a primeira revelação. A partir das imagens gravadas, o artista Ken Marshall criou desenhos arquitetônicos dos segmentos. As bordas rompidas encaixam perfeitamente. Esses dois fragmentos do casco já estiveram unidos. Juntos totalizam 21 metros do fundo do Titanic, localizados logo abaixo da terceira chaminé, o local onde o navio partiu. Esses segmentos são a melhor prova que engenheiros e arquitetos marinhos já tiveram para entender o rompimento do Titanic.
The one thing this expedition did very well was go down and record the edges so we can see exactly what the shape of the steel at the moment it separated. And we can see places where things were pushed together, places where things were bent. And if we can go back and fit all of those pieces together, we may be able to sort of run the movie in reverse and come up with a very good explanation of exactly how the ship came apart.
Dezembro de 2005, Woods Hole, Massachusetts. Em dezembro, a equipe se reuniu em Woods Hole para discutir o significado dos segmentos encontrados. Todos vêm trabalhando para chegar a conclusões iniciais sobre a cisão do Titanic.
Hi. What we've been working on is taking the 1985 and 1986 data that was collected during.
Bill Lang é o primeiro a falar.
This is a zoomed-in window. The stern is sitting right about here, boiler field.
Ele tem tentado mapear o campo de destroços, pois acha que contém pistas da cronologia do desastre.
You've got 60 feet of keel member in these two pieces, roughly. So
Bill acha que o local onde foram encontrados os pedaços do fundo do navio marca o instante em que o rompimento começou.
Well, I think this is number one, okay? Because number one to me is where the ship broke up. To me, this is the primary debris field associated with the ship.
You're saying these two double bottom pieces were on their way to the bottom, while the bow and stern are still on the surface.
Yes. Yes. And that this point in time represents probably when the bow and stern started to separate, okay?
And that means that's X marks the spot. Right above that
is where the ship broke.
Titanic's final moment was.
Somewhere here the ship died when the keel broke, because these are the keel sections.
Mas, mesmo que não seja este o local exato, por que o Titanic se partiu? Quando a cisão começou? Como avançou? E de que forma determinou a sorte dos passageiros? Desde que o rompimento foi confirmado em 1985, os pesquisadores passaram a acreditar que se deu pouco antes do navio submergir. Segundo essa teoria, o Titanic atingiu um ângulo de mais de 30 graus e o peso da popa fez com que a estrutura cedesse, rachando de cima para baixo. Aterrorizados, os passageiros teriam percebido que o fim estava próximo, que o navio estava afundando e que em minutos estariam na água.
Well, when I first started reviewing the videos and the data that the History Channel expedition brought back, the only thing I could conclude was that this was a much
Mas para Roger Long, as descobertas da expedição sugerem que o momento da cisão foi outro e que o ângulo da inclinação menor.
The steel doesn't lie. It doesn't protect reputations, it doesn't have false memories, it never forgets. And as we've looked at the steel, No one thing, but all these little indicators seem to point to the shallower angle. We all agree that the stern broke off because it was lifted, and the weight of the water and the weight of the stern working against each other, the ship was being bent like this. And when you bend a long structure like a ship or a girder, the top of it stretches and gets longer, and the bottom gets pushed together. So you've got, tension at the top and compression at the bottom. And somewhere in the middle, there's a line.
Roger acha que se a popa tivesse se rompido a um ângulo elevado, as bordas estariam separadas no alto e unidas e comprimidas no fundo. Mas as bordas dos convéses superiores da proa do Titanic não parecem apenas separadas. Estão arruinadas e dobradas para dentro. E as bordas do fundo, que deveriam estar esmagadas e comprimidas, estão intactas e separadas.
If it broke from this high angle, everything up on the top side should be quite clean and straight, and all of the chaos and the jumbling and the crunching together should be down at the bottom. And we see exactly the opposite.
And furthermore, if it crashed off like in the movie, everything would have separated and we wouldn't have seen these evidence of all these pieces being mashed in on themselves and twisted and so forth. So the key point is that something interrupted the breakup.
Roger acha que o rompimento começou a um ângulo menor, talvez de 11 graus, e avançou em 2 estágios.
So what that means basically to me is that the inner bottom broke separately from the ship.
Primeiro, a estrutura superior começou a rachar. A rachadura parou no fundo, que passou a ser tudo que mantinha o Titanic unido. A tensão fez o navio se dobrar. Quando os lados se separaram, o fundo começou a ceder. Toneladas de água empurravam o meio do navio para baixo, fazendo o Titanic se curvar para o outro lado. Os decks superiores foram esmagados e comprimidos. A proa afundou e a popa foi a última a submergir. Se o navio começou a se partir a uma inclinação menor, então os 1.500 passageiros ainda a bordo devem ter sido pegos de surpresa.
Ultimately, it's a very different human experience because this whole question of hope comes in. The people are on board a ship that appears to be not sinking very fast. It was very reasonable at that point to believe that it might float for a considerably longer period of time.
So if we accept that the breakup happened at this point, this early breakup, I think we come inescapably to the conclusion that the breakup was not something that just happened as the ship made her final plunge, but the breakup caused the final plunge. The breakup determined when the ship sank, and therefore the breakup determined whether a lot of people lived or died.
What you just stated there is backed up by personal testimony. The order of the launching of the lifeboats was very orderly. It appears that the crew had in mind that they had longer to get people off. They knew that the ship was going to sink, but that they might have more time than what it turned out to be. So
there's crew members who actually state they did not think the ship was going to sink. They thought it would settle to a certain point and then it would stop sinking. I think that's what everyone was expecting, was that she would float as her own lifeboat until the Carpathia got there, until rescue ships arrived.
Quite possibly could have overlooked this because people up here were concentrated on boats, people here were looking for high ground.
Se o Titanic tivesse flutuado mais um pouco, como os tripulantes esperavam, o desfecho teria sido bem menos cruel.
And this is when Lighthauler, we believe, was washed off right about here, and he certainly wasn't looking at what was going on down here.
15 de abril, 4:30 da manhã. 2 horas depois de o Titanic afundar, o navio Carpathia chegou ao local. O sol nascente revelou uma enorme extensão de gelo e corpos flutuando.
Mother said the worst she ever saw was in the morning. To see all these people drifting around their boat in an upright position with life jackets on, where the cold had been too much to sustain life.
They were drifting all around the lifeboats. They were all frozen to death, all of them.
1.500 pessoas morreram. O Carpathia resgatou apenas 700 sobreviventes dos barcos salva-vidas e depois seguiu para Nova York. Quando o navio chegou em 18 de abril, 10.000 pessoas esperavam. Uma investigação do Senado americano começou na manhã seguinte. 3 semanas depois, o inquérito inglês teve início. No local do naufrágio, nas semanas e meses seguintes, centenas de corpos foram encontrados. Em 25 de abril, Alma Paulsson, a jovem mãe sueca, foi retirada das águas. Outro corpo resgatado foi o do violinista Wallace Hartley. Milhares foram a seu enterro na Inglaterra. As famílias dos músicos receberam homenagens do mundo todo. Mas, da White Star, elas só receberam uma conta pelos uniformes perdidos. Muitas vítimas, como o pai de Milvina Dean, nunca foram encontradas.
He was an extremely handsome man, and I think he must have had a very, very nice personality. Some of the others, they found the bodies floating and that and all kind of thing, but he was never found.
Depois da tragédia, os navios passaram a levar barcos salva-vidas suficientes para todos a bordo e a diminuir a velocidade no gelo. Mas normas de segurança não são o único legado do Titanic. O Titanic era mais do que um navio. Era um ideal. Simbolizava o orgulho, o progresso e a engenhosidade humana.
There was still enormous faith in technology. Here we are in 1912, and it seems as if the peaceful evolution of technology is going to promise greater and greater things for mankind.
Hoje, o navio que chamavam de insubmergível está se desintegrando. O tempo e o oceano terminam o trabalho que o iceberg começou.
Eventually, it will collapse upon itself. There will still be pieces of Titanic forever. The beautiful propellers in the back are made of bronze. They will be there. The telemotor gears, they'll be there. But someday, unfortunately, the Titanic will be a big orange stain on the bottom of the Atlantic.
Para proteger o navio naufragado, a Inglaterra, o Canadá, a França e os Estados Unidos firmaram um acordo para controlar a retirada de artefatos e evitar explorações destrutivas.
In effect, the Titanic is a time capsule of what went on, both the rich and the poor on the Titanic, how they lived, how the ship was constructed. All of that is very important for future generations.
O campo de destroços ainda não foi totalmente documentado. Futuras expedições podem encontrar outras pistas.
And I'm wondering how that fits into your compression.
Conflicting accounts.
Os segmentos do fundo do navio encontrados nessa expedição e a teoria de Roger Long continuarão a suscitar debates. Hoje, o porto da White Star em Nova York, onde o Titanic teria chegado, continua no mesmo lugar, um eco fantasmagórico do passado.
You and I are certainly very fortunate that the double bottom hull sections we documented turned out to be so important.
Well, and Roger had the insight to draw the conclusions that he did, which of course impact the timeline, the breakup of the hull, and what it was like for those people in Titanic's last moments.
No, that's right. And the experts are going to continue to study the evidence we brought home.
This is an event that happened in the dark 93 years ago. So no one is ever going to be completely satisfied. Nothing is ever going to be 100% proven. But I think we've come a long, long way towards understanding it.
Enquanto seus restos se desintegram, o Titanic continua a exercer o mesmo fascínio, representando o melhor e o pior da natureza humana. O orgulho, a arrogância, o altruísmo e a boa vontade. Algo nesse navio se recusa a morrer. Apesar dos novos indícios e das recentes descobertas, por mais que desvendemos o que aconteceu naquela noite, sempre desejamos saber ainda mais sobre o Titanic.